All right, welcome to episode 2 of Connor's Music at Home. Today we're going to explore a little deeper into the note value conversation. Last week we were talking about whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes. This week we're going to delve into the eighths and the sixteenths. So we're going to get even deeper into those fractions. Make sure that you are ready to clap along and also that you're ready to do some writing activities, and hopefully you're ready to sing along as well. So that's all today on Connor's Music at Home, webisode 2. All right, so welcome back to Connor's Music at Home. As we said in the introduction, we're going to be talking about different note values, dealing with the next level of note value up. So we were doing whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes last week. This week we're going to be dealing with our quarter notes, but then going deeper into eighth notes and 16th notes. So eighth notes and 16ths are the notes that happen in between our beats. So in a 4/4 time pattern, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 4 quarter notes to make up our 4/4 time beat. In this case, we're going to count for notes that happen in between our claps. These notes happening right here. So I'm going to count like this. First, I'm going to count our 4 quarter notes just as a practice and a reminder. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to get everybody at home to clap along as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now count with me. I'll count us in. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Eighth notes, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to count the next note value up by going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're going to count those notes that happen in between 1, 2, 3, 4. Now a way to help us do that is instead of saying 1, 2, 3, 4, we can say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or we can choose a word with 2 syllables. I like sticking with fruit, so we can say apple to help demonstrate apple, that there are 2 syllables in the place of 1 word. There are 2 claps in the place of 1 beat. So if I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you could also go apple, 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 apple. Either one works at home for you guys. Try both. I'm going to count us in. We'll try both together. First, we'll do it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to try it as apple, 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 apple. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Ready? Now we're going to try it as apples. 3, 4. Apple, 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 apple. Wonderful. The next note value. This gets really fast. Get those hands ready. You got lots of clapping to do. We're going to go 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Now you can say 1 E and a, 1 E and D. Both of those are acceptable, fine by me. And if you like the fruit method, let's try watermelon. So if I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. This is very fast. Let's try watermelons together. I'm going to count us in. 2, ready, go. Watermelon, 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 watermelon. You may need to rewind this video and practice along with it a few times to get those claps to really sync up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full measure of quarter notes or grapes, a full measure of apples or eighth notes, and a full measure of watermelons or 16th notes. So if I go 1, 2, quarter notes, ready, grape, 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 apple, 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 watermelon, 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 stop. Whew. Let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Grape, 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 grape. Apple, 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 apple. Watermelon, 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 stop. I am adding a note at the end so we can stop on a nice firm beat 1. So that's okay too. Know that that's not written in here. That'd probably be another grape for argument's sake. So we could say that at the end. Very good. All right, so we're going to try some variations on these patterns. So give me a moment. I'm going to clean up the whiteboard, and by the magic of television, I'll let you see just the end results. All right, so we've got 4 different clapping exercises here that we've carefully drawn out, so that way you can clap along at home. Now, one thing we'll point out, you can clap along, but for those of you that play an instrument like guitar, ukulele, banjo, mandolin, if you're doing one of those instruments, grab your instrument up, just like this, and you can pick the notes along with it. So if you've got to go 4 quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can play your instrument. You don't necessarily have to clap. If you're playing a piano, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're singing, you could sing 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these things help improve your timing, which is the goal of these exercises. It applies to every instrument. All right, so I'm going to put the banjo down for a second. I don't know if I can. All right, yeah, we'll put the banjo down for a second, and let's clap through these exercises first. So what we've done is we've drawn them both with their fruit and with their note values. So it'll say quarter, quarter, eighth, 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 or grape, grape, apple, apple. So that's the first one. I'm going to count us in. We're going to do it together. Grape, grape, apple, apple, grape, grape, apple, apple, grape, grape, apple, apple, grape, grape, apple, apple. Nice. All right, let's try activity 2. We're going to see 2/8, a quarter, 2/8, a quarter, or apple, grape, apple, grape. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, clap along now. Apple, grape, apple, grape, apple, grape, apple, grape. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Wonderful, perfect. Activity number 3, we're going to have apple, watermelon, apple, grape. Watch out for that sneaky watermelon, that's a sneaky one. Apple, watermelon, apple, grape. Apple, watermelon, apple, grape. Or 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. 1, ready? Well, let's do it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Apple, watermelon, apple, grape. Apple, watermelon, apple, grape. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. Last one, lots of watermelon. This one's really fast. Get those clapping hands ready, okay? So we have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4, or watermelon, watermelon, apple, grape. Get ready. I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watermelon, watermelon, apple, grape. Watermelon, watermelon, apple, grape. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Excellent. Thanks for clapping along. Make sure you practice these, because they do take a lot of attention to make sure you get all those little tiny 16th notes in there, all those watermelons and all those apples and grapes, okay? You know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. I feel like a bowl of fruit right about now, and I don't know why. All right, stay tuned more for Connor's Music at Home. What is perfect pitch for a banjo? If you can get it in the dumpster without hitting any of the sides. Wah, wah. All right, so this particular song that I'm playing today is one that a lot of my students have done with over the years. It's featured in many a method book. Often the lyrics, the traditional lyrics, they're a little dated, maybe a little questionable. So often I get them to rewrite the lyrics. This is a version I've rewritten regarding pie, because, you know, we've been talking lots of fruit today. Who doesn't like pie? But you can take the opportunity, you can rewrite the lyrics and try writing up your own lyrics however you like. The only real trick is to, the song's called Tom Dooley, and it usually has him in the title. It goes something like this. Well, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, 'cause you don't get my pie. Tom kind of feeling blue. He went to the fridge to get a snack. He searched it through and through. He wanted my last piece of pie, but much to his chagrin, I ate the last piece the night before and only left the tin. Chorus! Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, 'cause you don't get my pie. If you're in this pickle, there's only one thing to do. Go to the local grocer and pick up a pie or two. Bring 'em home and slice 'em up. Share 'em with a friend. Now our story's over. I brought you to the end. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, 'cause you don't get my pie. One more time. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, 'cause you don't get my pie. Thank you, Tom Dooley, the Pie Edition. Alright, so today we're talking about 8th notes and 16th notes. How to draw them, how to get in touch with them, how to connect with them. We've already been clapping and making those notes sound. So now let's see what they look like when they're done on paper. First off, everything that was demonstrated today were these notes when they were attached as a unit. So for example, this 8th note here, let me draw it. And connected at the top. This is actually 2 8th notes. This was 1 and. Now in the case of if you're seeing a single 8th note, it would look something like this. We have our note head, we colored in. Let's color these in a little better too, just to even them out. We have our stems, those are the lines we draw. We have this connecting bar at the top, but if the note's by itself, we disconnect that. We let that flag droop. So we draw a little droopy flag. If you wanted, you could thicken that little droopy flag up a little bit, just to really get that 8th note flag pronounced. We could thicken this one up too, just because why not? So that's 2 8th notes or a single 8th note. Now to draw those again, I'm going to just demonstrate that and take it from the start to the finish. I would like to draw both 2 8th notes connected or a singular 8th note. So if I'm doing 2 8th notes connected, I'm going to draw 2 note heads, 2 circles, 2 stems, and connect them at the top. Now if we want to thicken that black line up, that's probably nice, makes it more pronounced, and then we color in our note heads. Then again with the 8th note, singular, draw your note head, we'll color that in. Draw a stem, and then draw a little flag coming down from the top, and maybe thicken that up, go over it twice, just to give it a little bit more pronunciation. So that's our 8th notes. Now 16th notes, they can get a little bit trickier, because there's just so many of them. So if we're doing 16th notes, let me grab my handy dandy paper towel, do my erasing, dry erase boards. The magic eraser, very good. And let's pick a new color this time. Let's go red. I was feeling extra Canadian today. So for our 16th notes, if I do 4 note heads, I then have to draw stems down. Now remember, like last week, we talked about stems being able to go in both directions. So if you do your stems the other way, they should start from the left side of the note head over here. But because we're doing stems up from the note head, we keep them on the right side. Now for 16th notes, it's 2 connecting lines at the top. And then once again, we color in our note heads. And if our eighth note, when singular, was a note with one flaggy dangling from it, that's a technical term. We're now going to have two flaggies dangling from them. One flaggy, two flaggy. So that way we really get the idea that there were previously connecting those notes together. Now what I've been told is that eighth notes and 16th notes, they like to be friends. So when they're side by side, they like to hold hands. That's a fun way to remember to get those stems at the top to connect. So try it at home. Try drawing yourself eighth notes and 16th notes. See how they look on paper. Try them upside down, where stems go down, left-hand side, and then the flaggies, they have to do the opposite. They have to come up from the bottom like that. So you can get all this practice in. Great way to explore paper, explore notes, try different colors, use some crayons, get messy, make some mistakes, because really, there aren't any mistakes. There are only happy accidents. Thanks. Continue watching Connor's Music at home. What's the difference between a fish and a banjo? You can tune a fish, you can't tune a banjo. Wah, wah. All right, so that's another episode of Connor's Music at Home. We just wanted to remind everybody at home that if you are interested in getting online one-on-one private e-lessons, basically a Skype lesson, you can contact us at lessons@connorsmusic.ca, and we can set you up with one of our many instructors, many instruments, many levels, all ages. We're always ready to help serve and help connect you with music. So in the meantime, everybody, keep practicing. And this is Joe Connors from Connor's Music at Home.